Hey guys, and I know that I said I was gonna go ahead in this Sunday. It was gonna be another episode of Hyper Yubel, and then next Sunday we're gonna go ahead and switch it on Vitamin Y. But I decided, you know what? We're just gonna change it now. So later today you will be getting, the first episode of the new Yubel deck in the lineup, which is Battling Boxer Yubel. So look forward to that. So what we do with our routine setting a deck off on either Daily Duels or Vitamin Y. We do a deck profile, and I'll go over the deck, and you guys can go ahead and try it out and get back to me. And then I'll give you my overall opinions of the deck. So, just like all the other Yubel decks, we run one of each form. I used to run two of the fresh form, but then, I decided against it because, it's not that important. And you know how DN works. When you run cards at one, and I'm telling the truth. This is how DN works. When you run cards at one, they kind of like the formula of how how this stuff is randomized. They increase the odds of you getting cards that you run at one, so you can see them more often. So because they're limited, so you won't see them as much. So because I'm running each of the forms of Yubel at one, and they increase the odds of me drawing them, and they're at one. Therefore, it's almost guaranteed. Almost every episode of Vitamin Y, I will draw at least one of the forms Yubel. And the first one where Yubel is actually the worst because sometimes I'll draw Yubel, Armageddonite, and then like a limit verse, and I'll be like, okay, how the hell did I get this Yubel out of my hand? And it'll be in decks where Doom Shaman's not even in the deck, so I can't even just summon it from my hand. So, I had to go to the extremes of like making a Lava chain and putting the Dark Grepher on top of the deck just to make sure that I don't draw. Well, just to make sure I get Yubel out of my hand so I can continue with my Yubel related plays, but. Yeah, just because DN has a higher chance of drawing these Yubel doesn't change the fact that you should just run them at one. You don't need to run any more Yubel. Just run one of each copy. Something happens to them, oh well. This deck doesn't have to use Yubel to win. Then we run one Doom Shaman. Sure, Bottomless is a card, and I was running Lance. This deck was in constant change, and this was the form of the deck that I wanted to try out before it got taken off, and then, I was constantly adjusting it, but then, I decided to just screw it. But I used to run two Doom Shaman as well, with Bottomless being a card, but that's when Bottomless is at 2, now Bottomless is at 1. If you're probably wondering, I was trying Traps done, I was trying Lance, but my problem with Lance is that, if you Lance your Doom Shaman, then your Supervise, it fizzles, and yeah, that can definitely be a problem. So I tried to step away from Lance, and I'm actually trying out a different card in Supervise Yubel, which you'll see, this upcoming Friday if I get it, and I'm gonna try that card out instead of Lance. So hopefully that works. But yeah, just one Doom Shaman. Like I said, I used to run at 2, but yeah, I decided to put him down to 1 just to have more room for other things in the deck, and you know once again, with the whole, when you're running one card at 1, you have a higher chance of drawing it. And Doom Shaman's probably the worst one to draw because at least if you draw Yubel, you can send Doom Shaman, and Doom Shaman can summon Yubel from your hand. When you draw Doom Shaman, I mean, unless you get Dark Grepher, what are you gonna do? What? Have a monster, hopefully it doesn't die, tribute it, and summon Doom Shaman? Like, no, don't do that. Then we got our one Tinker. Tinker allows the deck to be the deck. It allows you to go into your synchro plays. That's one Dark Tuner. So, yes, I said Dark Tuner, so you already know what this deck runs. But just this one little guy has done so much for this deck and completely rejuvenized not only Hyper Shaman Yubel deck, but also Supervise as well. So, one Tinker. We run for consistency, because I'm all about consistency. 3 Dark Greffers and 3 Armageddonites, because, I need to get set up as quick as possible. These guys will allow me to get set up as quick as possible. Just being able to just draw, oh, there you are, and then get set up. And even later in the game, where they're not as good as, like, say, a Swing or a Supervisor or something, they can give me some synchro plays. At least they're monsters, and at least they can get some damage in. So, they're never too bad of a draw. But yeah. I like consistency, and as you can see, the monster count's not that high, so this deck definitely needs the consistency. Then we run 3 Kage-Kages. I'm not a personal fan of Kage. I actually kind of have a problem with him because, if you draw multiples of him, he can't be normal summoned, so, he kind of gets stuck in your hand. The reason why he's in this deck is because he acts as a chain for your chain summoning, which is pretty much what makes Hyper Shaman Yubel. different from Supervise Yubel, and one of the key reasons why it got taken off, because it's pretty much this. Essentially, it's the same deck, and I prefer Supervise way better because it has better plays, in my opinion. You know, it doesn't have to run cloggy stuff like Kage Kage and chain summoning, so that's good. But Kage Kage helps in your chain, so you can go like summon Armageddon Knight. Armageddon Knight will go off with his effect, and that'll be chain link 1. Then you can chain Kage Kage, so he'll be chain link 3, then go chain summoning for chain link 3. So, you know, it helps. He allows you to go into chains that, you know, other cards such as Goblinberg and Tin Goldfish wouldn't allow you to do. But yeah, it can definitely be a dead draw, so watch out for that when you're dueling with the stack. And then we run our 2... Come on. There we go. We run our 2 Summoner Monks. As you can see, there's 18 spells in this deck, and Summoner Monk has definitely been in a lot of the recent Yubel decks, just because the spell count is really high. I know that Maxi and Availer are, you know, cards, but, you know, that shouldn't excuse you when it comes to plays. So, you know, when it's time for Monk to go off, you can, at least at minimum, can send you 2, well, not even minimum, but at maximum can send you 2 cards to the grave by itself, because you can go Summon Monk, pitch, Summon Armageddon Knight, send, make level a chain, and then send another one. So, you know, in this deck there's a checklist. You know, you want to get Doom Shaman and Tinker, and then Yubel. Or, it depends on the hand, but majority of the time, it's Doom Shaman. Then if I see some Synchro plays, then I'll go to Tinker, or if not, then I'll send Yubel. But usually it's Doom Shaman, Tinker, Yubel. Unless, you know, you open up a limit verse, then of course, then it's Yubel first. So, you know, it depends on the hand, but Summoner Monk definitely helps with the consistency. So, definitely, you know, with 18 spells, I think he should be in here. Then we run 1 Rhoda, because you have 6 warriors, so, you know, consistency. I recently just put the Foolish in. It was actually out, but I decided to try to put it back in because, you know, it helps with consistency. I was actually talking to Kakashi Kyle about it, and he said that you don't need Foolish because it kind of messes up your plays. It messes up your send because, you know, you're trying to get Armageddon Knight and start those chains to send. But I feel like this card is still decent in the deck because it still allows you that extra send. So instead of going like Summon Armageddon Knight, chain Kage Takage, chain summoning Armageddon Knight, and Doom Shaman, overlay those 2 into a level of chain, sending you know, Tinker, and then going like that, you could just go Foolish, send Doom Shaman, Armageddon Knight, Kage Takage, chain summoning, Armageddon Knight, send Tinker, then make those into a Daigusto Emerald. Daigusto Emerald summon Doom Shaman. You still got 2 more normal summons, so Doom Shaman normal summon for his effect. So you still got 1 more, sync for 8, and if you got like a swing or a Silent Doom, swing Silent Doom, then normal summon again, sync for 8. So Foolish does help with consistency, and I don't recommend, you know, taking it out. Next I run 1 Dark Hole. You know, this deck's not that fast. It can get kind of cloggy. I was actually going to go with Torrential, but then I felt like I like Dark Hole better just because it's more controlled, and you know, I can use it when I want to. Also, it's a spell for Summoner Monk if I'm feeling that ballsy. But I prefer Dark Hole over Torrential right now. So yeah, 1 Dark Hole. Then we run 3 Chain Summoning. This card is good when it's good, but it's cloggy and bad when it's not. And as of the latest episodes of Hyper Shaman Yubel, it really hasn't been doing anything. Like, it's pretty much just watching Supervise Yubel over again, because Chain Summoning was either A, not showing up when it wants to, or B, I just didn't need it, and that's the reason why this deck is not going to be on Vitamin Y anymore, because it's essentially the same deck, except less consistent and more chances of drawing crap that you don't want to draw, essentially. Like, I'd say like a good 80% of the deck is the exact same as Supervise. Like, 6 cards are different. Instead of the 3 Kagata Kages and the 3 Chain Summoning, it's 3 pots and 3 of the cards that I want to test out on this upcoming Friday, which you'll see. But essentially everything else is the exact same, so it's essentially the same deck, and I wanted to have something new. You know, I didn't want to have essentially the same deck for 2 different days. So, like I said, I hope you guys do enjoy battling Box Yubel. I do hope that it works well, and you know, like I said, you'll get that later on today. It'll go up on YouTube. I'm trying to think of what time. I want to say 1:30 p.m. Pacific time, so 4:30 Eastern time. So go ahead and look forward to that. Then we run 3 MSTs. MST is pretty much at 3 is a staple of this format. I hate back ropes so much, and I'm kind of wondering what I was thinking now that I think about it. I should think about maybe taking out Dark Hole. If I'm still working on this deck, I'd probably take out Dark Hole just because I have Terror and put Chain Summoning down to 2 and put in like 2 trap stuns, because back row just kills this deck, and I really hate back row. So yeah, maybe even Row Decrees, I don't know, but one or the other. But not only is MST really good in this tournament, but it can also help with your chain. So you can go like Summon Armageddon Knight effect, then chain MST, pop one in the background, then go chain summoning. So just because the quick play spell speed 2, it can help with your chain for your chain summoning. And of course, since the Doom Shaman's in here, we run 3 swings, 3 Silent Dooms. They essentially do the same thing. Swing summons it. It can be in attack mode, but it's destroyed in the end phase, but it doesn't matter, I'm going to sync with it anyway. And Silent Doom summons it in defense mode, and it can't change the battle position. It doesn't matter, I'm going to sync with it anyway. So essentially, it's just 6 Monster Reborn is just for Doom Shaman, because Doom Shaman is just that good. Not only can he revive Yubel, but he can also allow you to go into all your sync 8s that you know you love to do. Then we have 3 Supervise. Supervise has definitely been a really good card as of late. I mean, for goodness sakes, just look at Friday's Vitamin Y, where I just go off on that guy and just make 2 Beals and a Scrap Dragon because I opened up with 2 Supervise. Like, if you open up with 2 Supervise, that's game. Like, that's OTK potential right there. We got a whole day, Vitamin Y, based off of Supervise Yubel, so definitely this card has just been really good. It just, takes Doom Shaman to a whole nother level, just like Giga Vice. It's just, I guess, Shaman Vice. Then we got our traps, 3 of them in reverse, because, Yubel loves them in reverse. Also, you can use them in reverse to summon Tinker, and you can use it to summon Summoner Monk, so it has other synergies. And then 3 Call of the Haunteds, because more revival for Doom Shaman / Yubel / others. So that is the main deck. Then we're going to go through the extra deck, 2 Beals. Beals is only $15, wow, okay. I might have to pick me up some Beals. And I'm probably going to say this for the last time, his name is Beals. It's short for Beelzebub, so it's Beals. But, ever since he's came out, he's just been evil. And this deck is one of the key decks that can just pump him out. So, it's just a Dark Tuner, of course being Tinker, and a one or more non-tuner monsters. So, Doom Shaman, sync 8, right into Beals. He can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects, period. So, there has been times where I summoned Terra Incarnate and then had Beals. I took out Star Spark for him because this card is just blatantly better than Star Spark. So, that card just had to come out. And, when you take damage, he gains the attack. So he just continues to get stronger and stronger. So, I was trying him at 1 at first, but then I decided, this guy's so good, gotta play him at 2. He's the new go-to guy. But it doesn't mean we're not gonna play Blackwood Drago, because Blackwood Drago does have his advantages. So, I still have love for the Blackwood Drago, but, I'm not sure how much that love will stay, just because, at this point, almost anything that he can do, Beals can do better. Like, Beals is stronger. Beals can't be destroyed by battle or by card effect. This guy can. When he's destroyed, he summons Doom Shaman, but Beals can't be destroyed. You can go the Black Scrap combo and destroy Blackwood Drago, and then summon Doom Shaman, but you could just, do the Scrap Beals combo, and he won't be destroyed either. So pretty much this guy is now obsolete in this deck. I apologize, Blackwood Drago. You used to be the go-to guy, but Beals has completely just beat you in almost every category. I guess Beals can't destroy a spell or trap, but I only run 1 Gemini monster, so I've had to say, Blackwood Drago, you're obsolete, so I will probably be taking you out of other Yubel decks, unless you guys can convince me otherwise, but so far it just looks like other cards just got him beat. Run 1 Void Ogre, when I go into him, he's really good. When it's time for him to shrine, and I have no cards in my hand, and he's negating spell and traps just like a Xian, that's really good. I don't know. Maybe we'll put him up to 2 and take out Blackwood Drago. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Scrap Dragon, You can go to Scrap Bills combo. You can go Scrap Terror combo. It's just Scrap Dragon's just great. You know, if you got 8s, go ahead and run him. Crimson Blader, because he can lock down duels. If you can go into 8s, make sure you run your Crimson Blader. You know, destroy one of your opponent's monsters. They can't normal summon or special summon. Level 5 is the next turn. So normal summon is one of the key things. So if you get Frog Monarchs and you get them with a Crimson Blader, that hurts. I've been running one Dark End Dragon. He's been putting in work. This card loses 500 attack and defense, and then you can send one monster that your opponent controls and send it to the grave. So, you know, you get rid of those Pexy shits like Zen Mains, you know, Beals. Just send them. You know, don't destroy them. Just send them to the grave. So, definitely been putting in that work. And then regular Stardust, because Stardust still has pretty good combos with Terra Incarnate. You know, I don't do that combo very often, but I can, where Terra will go off during the end phase, Stardust will negate, and then, you know, Terra will go off, summon Ultimate Nightmare, and then Stardust will come back, so you have an Ultimate Nightmare and Stardust, so pretty decent play. Then we run our 1/6, which I don't go into that often, once every blue moon, Vulcan, because you target one face-up card you control, one face-up card your opponent controls, and then return them to the hand. So, you know, when my opponent summons like a pesky card like Beals, I can always go like, you know, Limit Reverse, summon Tinker, summon Armageddon Knight, make a Vulcan, bounce the Limit Reverse back to my hand, and bounce your card back to the, your Beals back to the extra deck, and then reset the Limit Reverse. So, he's good to have, just that one. So, you know, I definitely recommend if you're running some kind of version of Supervise Yubel that you at least run one Vulcan, because going into that 6 is very handy. Then we got our Xyz, of course. We got 101, Slide on Knight. I mean, I don't have to explain these. Level of Chain. This deck runs 2 Dagus Armor because, you know, Dagus Armor helps with your chain because it gives you additional normal summons, so it's pretty much just Dagus Armor summon, use one of my normal summons for Doom Shaman effect, summon, sync. But I don't recommend running 2 in other versions of the deck, so drop this down to 1. There's definitely plenty other cards you can run. You can run Dweller, you can run Dweller, Diamond Dyer, another 101, Cowboy, number 82. For those of you who don't know who number 82 is, I'll go ahead and show it to you. It's that new pink dragon guy, this guy. He's like, what, less than $4 right now. He is a Earth, rank 4, Dragon Exceed effect, generic, 2000 attack, 1500 defense. While you control a face-up spell card, this card cannot be targeted for an attack, which this deck will probably never do, but that's not the effect that makes him really good. Once per turn, you can detach one Extreme Material from this card. This card can attack your opponent directly, but no other monsters can attack. So, pretty much, he's kind of like Cowboy's pet dragon. He's pretty much Cowboy's pet dragon. So, when your opponent can have like a wall of monsters, and they have less than 2,000, just exceed to him, detach, and then bam, get him directly. So, definitely, I think that he's going to be really good, and maybe even a new staple just to, you know, clean up house at the end of the duel. Especially if you got face-up continuous spells like some decks, like Tenkies and stuff. So, definitely a really good card. So, I definitely recommend that you guys go ahead and pick this guy up for $4, because I feel like he might be actually going up in price. And then, of course, Cowboy, because we just talked about him. So, bang bang, win the game. Alright guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile, Hyper Shaman Yubel. Go ahead and test out the deck, make changes, go ahead and tell me what you think. But like I said, if I was going to make any changes right now, I'd probably take out Dark Hole and take out Chain Summoning and put in like 2 Royal Decrees or 2 Trapped Suns, just because this deck loses the back row so bad. But I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed this deck being on Vitamin Y for the time, and I hope you guys enjoy the new deck of Battling Boxer Yubel going up at 130. So thank you guys for watching, thank you guys for all the support, and I will see you guys later today with some more you know, Vitamin Y. Get double, yeah, Battling Boxer Yubel. Thanks for watching.